Hey everybody, welcome back to another Goblin King video. It is Impat Apoptosis here to share with you a sort of interesting discovery or I think trend that I have not seen people doing on the ladder or even in the recent tournament that Tasteless put on, the Tasteless TV Showdown, that I think really changes the way that Infernals can be played. So currently, people have been rushing Magmadons, Plague Axes on Gaunts, things like that. And I do think that that's still a really viable way to play, but I also believe that you should be pushing your Shroud out on the map. And until I discovered this kind of trick, I suppose, it's not even a trick, it's just the way that I think this is supposed to function. I haven't been really using Shroud the way I think it's supposed to be used. It's kind of just been, you know, around the base. You summon it on the map using the effigy, or if you have the Elder Shrine, you can use Shadowfall. You do have the Harbinger, can drop some temporary Shroud, but it's really not felt like, well, the biggest comparison would be Zerg Creep. You know, Zerg creeping the map, really start to spread out and begin to control. And that's been the biggest difference between Zerg and the Infernals, but I actually don't think there's that much of a difference there. As today, when I was just doing some custom games, I was doing some practice, kind of experimenting around looking at the way armor works, which I'll make another video about that if you guys aren't aware. I noticed, actually, that the Summon Effigy top bar ability. You start with this, it costs 5 energy. I know I'm blocking it a little bit, but I'll read it out here. Summon Effigy. Summons an effigy at the target location that provides Shroud. Okay, everybody knows that. It's a 20-second cooldown. It costs 5 energy. What I don't think people realize is that if you summon this on Shroud, so if there's already Shroud down where you place this, the effigy becomes permanent. Normally, if you just summon this, let's just do it over here, for instance, you can see that it has this bar at the top that's going to start winding down. Currently, it's incorrect in the tooltip. It says that it's going to last for 60 seconds. It actually only lasts for 20. So it lasts the same amount of time as the cooldown. But let's see what happens when I summon it like at the edge of my base here. It comes down and you see that that bar does not appear. So this is now a permanent structure. I've permanently moved my Shroud and expanded to this area. So this is huge, guys. I've not seen anybody do this. I'm not seeing top players do this. I don't know why. It's only 5 Animus. I just feel like people maybe aren't realizing it. I don't know if this is something you want to be doing super early on in the game. I don't know if, you know, saving for Hellspawn Resurgence or the Nightfall Infestation might be more valuable. But certainly as the game goes on, people are banking a lot of Animus. And I don't feel like they're spending it efficiently, but you can be sort of, for lack of a better term, creeping the map with your Shroud. It doesn't provide movement speed bonuses for your units, except for the Weaver. You can see the Weaver is much faster on Shroud, but it does supply vision. It does sort of push your influence on the map even further, and you just get this permanent structure, so you can connect your bases with Shroud. You're just going to start taking better fights because your white health is going to be regenerating much quicker, and there's a lot of ways I think that you can do this. For instance, if you have the Harbinger, you can go out on the map somewhere, and let's say you want to push your Shroud forward or you're trying to go for a contain. Your effigy is up. All you have to do, drop that, then you summon it there. This lifts, and this is a permanent structure that's there now, and you can start spreading Shroud and using the effigy to spawn more and more and start creeping the map. And again, though this isn't like a speed boost, it's not as good as Creep was for Zerg, for instance, in StarCraft 2. Still, having this vision out on the map, having this passive scouting, and now you're just going to start taking better fights on Shroud because of that white health regen. This is huge, guys. I really feel like Infernals should be utilizing this more. Should be spreading Shroud every 20 seconds. This feels like something that should be used on cooldown, because the rest of our abilities, while good, I mean, I just feel like if you have all of the map covered in Shroud, you're not only going to be able to just respond to your opponent's move-outs even better, you're also just going to start taking fights. The Weaver becomes a lot more of a mobile unit, able to go between your bases. Right now, that's one of the top complaints with this unit, is that it's way too slow off of Shroud. people have just been summoning sort of temporary effigies to try to get it along. But if you start spreading Shroud early, you're going to not have such a hard time moving them to the front line, moving them to defend your bases. Some other really cool tricks that you can do, guys, with the effigy. A few things. Number one, when it is summoned permanently on Shroud, it does get a massive HP boost. So when it's summoned off of Shroud, let's see it over here, it only has 5 HP total. Yeah, I know, again, I have a bit of a blocker in the way, so you guys actually can't see it, but it only has 5 HP, 15 armor. When you summon it and it's already on Shroud, it gets an absolutely massive boost to its health with 200 HP and keeping that 15 armor. Something else I discovered, actually, that is quite interesting, and I don't know if this is actually going to get patched out, because this seems a little bit overpowered, is I mentioned that the effigy has a 20-second cooldown and a 20-second expiration. So let's go ahead and see that here. Something you can do, though, in order to summon a permanent effigy is to put a temporary one down. So you can see this one is going to expire. But it's important to note that the effigy, when it expires, the Shroud doesn't return instantly. You get a little temporary here. So you'll see it's off cooldown. I can actually place down another effigy there, and that one is considered permanent because that Shroud hadn't finished getting sucked back in and dissipating. So that's a little neat trick you can do to have a permanent effigy out on the map, even if you're not connected to your other Shroud. So then from this one, now I can start creeping, I can start shrouding the map and pushing that forward. That is it for now, guys. I just wanted to share this because, again, I've not seen anybody utilize that permanent effigy on the ladder in any of the replays and any of the streamers I've been watching. Is there any other cool tips and tricks for the Infernals? I'm sure there is. Like I mentioned, guys, I have more Stormgate videos on the way, as I want to share this information with you and help everyone become a better player and help everybody enjoy the game even more. But thanks, guys, for watching. I hope this proves effective for you, and I hope this is an interesting new development in the way I think Infernals are supposed to be played. And until the next time, I will see you later. If you like this video, guys, make sure you check out my other videos. And if you liked those videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming Stormgate content. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in the next one.